M-38 on all metals. In this video, we'll show you what M-38 does on all metals. Now, it doesn't work on all metals, but this video will show you what it does do to the metals it will work on. And here we have copper to start with, so we've already degreased it and sanded it like our normal metal prep. But we'll go through copper, brass, bronze, iron, and even a piece of zinc. It doesn't really do anything on aluminum and stainless steel, so we just skip those two. Now, this is a 75% concentration. That's a 3-to-1 patina to distilled water. And that's a good mix because otherwise, if you use it full strength, it can tend to pop off the metal on that second coat. So make sure you dilute it, and you can play with ratios 50-50, 75-25, but make sure you dilute it and find what works for you. So here it's reacted for about 3 to 5 minutes. We're going to rinse it off. And you can see that film that's developed on the patina, just like a lot of the other patinas. You want to make sure you get that off, otherwise we can get some weird reactions going. And we're going to end up doing 2 coats of this. We just didn't show the second coat to get a little bit more even, a little darker. And we're going to come over with the ClearGuard Satin. And the ClearGuard Satin's nice because it just kind of deepens all the little models that we have going on. And here's our final piece. We took a picture of it, and it looks a little different in the lighting, but really nice brown. And here we're going with a piece of brass. Change the lighting so it looks a little bit more like brass now. And again, just like normal, we're going to put it on, let it react for about 3 to 5 minutes, and then we'll rinse it. Now, with brass, if you've worked with brass before, you'll know that some of the patinas can tend to work a little bit slower. And it just takes a little bit of time, maybe another coat, but it'll play catch up. And sometimes it's a little bit of a lighter patina once we get done with it. So that's something to kind of take into account for. Sometimes we can get a little bit more of a grayish film or a grayish finish before it comes into brown. But you can see now it's starting to kind of catch up and go a little bit more brown towards the way we want it to go. We'll go ahead and skip forward here a little bit to it reacting a little further. You can see it's a lot darker now, and you can see we've got a little pooling on the edge there, so that'll probably show in the final product here. And we're going to rinse this, and then we're going to come back and do a second coat once it's dry, and just to kind of show you how that is. And you can see we've got a little darker on that one side where it's pooled, so we're going to turn it and try and even it out a little bit. And overall, if you want it more consistent, you can try and rub it back with a Scotch-Brite pad while it's reacting. But overall, M-38 is a pretty nice patina in the sense that it does a lot of the evening and uniformity on its own for the most part on bronze, brass, and copper. But there are little tricks we can do like that. And here we're going with the ClearGuard Satin again. And here's our final piece in the showroom light. And a nice dark brown after that second coat. Here we're going with bronze. And bronze, it's going to take a little bit of time as well. Nothing's going to react quite as fast as the copper because that's what is reacting in the brass and bronze as well, is that copper content. So the higher the copper content, the quicker this patina will react. That being said, bronze does react quicker than brass. You can already see it starting to set in. And we'll do 2 coats of the bronze as well. We ended up doing 2 coats on, I think, all of these pieces here. And it just goes a little bit darker. We know we can go lighter just by diluting with more distilled water. So it's nice to kind of show the upper end of it if we do 2 coats, how dark it can get. And it can almost get black. It really is a dark brown finish. And we're going to go ahead and just zoom forward here to where we've done the second coat on bronze. And you can see it's a real dark brown. And it's almost kind of a gray. And once we get a clear coat on there, it's going to kind of brown up a little bit, but it's still going to be pretty dark. We know we can dilute with distilled water to get the lighter end of it. So it's nice to show the kind of upper, darker end of it as well. So here's the ClearGuard Satin. And here's our showroom picture, and you can see it's real dark brownish black. Here we're going to go with a piece of zinc, and zinc reacts very quickly, as will iron, but overall you just got to kind of coat it, same procedure as usual, 3 to 5 minutes, let it react, rinse it off. And this will give us kind of a dark brownish black and kind of a cool appearance, kind of just a weathered, darkened finish. And we did 2 coats on this as well. We went ahead and zoomed forward so we can see it. Here's the ClearGuard Satin. We can lead with the matte if we want to keep that kind of rustic feel on zinc that it traditionally will get. But the satin's nice because it kind of pops those features out. So here is the showroom picture. And you can see it's just kind of a dark blackish gray, a little brown in there. Here we're going to go with steel. And steel reacts almost instantly, as you can see. The interesting thing about working on steel with the M-38 is we got a very kind of unique finish. And that's the best word for it. You'll see once we move on to that portion of it. But I found that if you want it to kind of come out a little bit more consistent, lower dilutions would be required. But again, we kept consistent with the 75% concentration, the 3-to-1 if you will, and just kind of walk that way all the way through all these metals here. If you do want a black on steel, there are other options more designed for steel, while the M-38 is more designed for bronze, brass, and copper. You should try the Black Magic, the Slate Black, or the PC9. Those are the ones more designed for iron and steel to get a blackened finish. So we're going to go ahead and just zoom forward here so we can see after we've rinsed and done the 2 coats. And again, we're going with the ClearGuard Satin, kind of just pops those blacks out a little bit, but you can see we've got kind of like a, almost like a cast iron feel to it. It's kind of cool. And here we'll move right into the showroom picture of it. You can see it's upright. And see, it's kind of a unique finish. But here's all of our finishes together on the M-38 at 75%. We've got brass in the top left, bronze in the middle on top, copper on the top right, steel on the bottom left, and zinc on the bottom right. Birchwood Technologies M-38 Antique Brown is available at www.sculptnouveau.com.